What's up, guys? It's your boy Carlos Imani. We're back with another episode 3 for Elite Insights. And today I have the pleasure of joining Mariama from NAAM. Can you introduce yourself to the people?
Absolutely. What's up, y'all? I'm Mariama Suwaneh. I am proud to be the programs manager at the Northwest African American Museum.
Excellent. So let's just kind of start off. I always like to kind of tap in with part of the reason of even doing this podcast is I'm a firm believer, and if just kind of having it just put into my face and understanding that people know you how they met you.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So for me, as Carlos Imani, people may have met me as a photographer or doing a photo booth or teaching a class or whatever. And instead of being frustrated with man, why don't I have to do this? Or how come they didn't know? Oh, I didn't know you did that. Or so I'm like, all right, but all that, I'm just going to go ahead and reintroduce myself to the people on a regular basis.
Right.
So with that, I always am intrigued and interested on what was your first interaction with Elite Collective or Carlos Imani, or how'd you enter our sphere that led you to the seat today?
Yeah. I actually think I met you my very first week on the job at the museum. We were hosting last year's Black Santa.
Oh yes, one of our favorite community events. Absolutely.
I was maybe day 3, day 4.
Wow, so fresh. So your key card might not work yet.
Key card may not work.
Email might not be set up.
Yet, right.
And they just threw you to the wolves.
Yeah.
I love it. This was a fun one this last time. So we've been doing Black Santa with NAAM for several years now. It's one of our favorite holiday events because it's it's hot chocolate, it's games, it's photos, it's video, right? It's all the things, and it ends up being like a 4 or 6 hour thing.
Yeah.
It really just kind of opens it up for everyone to come through and get something out of it. And then this year, we always have the Santa set up, right? And have that, and your team always does a wonderful job setting the scene and stuff. And we bring in the cameras and get it going. And then this was our first year playing with AI. Okay. And I remember
that was so crazy.
The elf yourself
and
things like that. And I was like, Brandon, just please trust me. Let me just do it. Because it was kind of wait, what's this thing? And what's going on? And we're able to just kind of bring it and do it. And then it ends up being a hit.
And it was a hit. Everybody loved elfing themselves. It sounds kind of crazy. But yeah, being able to see themselves as an elf was just another addition to all the great things that were already happening that day. So I'm just so grateful that you all were there.
Yeah, no, that was dope. And I always treasure folks and organizations that allow us to experiment a little bit.
Okay.
And my thing is man, I always want our people to have what the other people got. So we were doing a similar thing at the West End in Bellevue.
Okay.
So I'm we had a 4-week or might have been a 6-week thing over there, and I'm I want to bring some of this over here. And it's all right, let's see what we could do. And it was dope to go. So that was a long day. I recall it from the setup. Yes, for sure. Everyone's running in every direction, just trying to make sure everyone has a good time, right?
Right.
And letting people know where things are, and taking care of, the one thing about that event, it's so intergenerational. That's one thing I love. You got the little babies all the way to the elders, and making sure auntie and them is going to the right place and all that kind of stuff. But
that's definitely my favorite part, seeing full families come to get their picture with the Black Santa.
Yes.
I'm I wish when I was younger there was a Black Santa around.
Right.
There definitely wasn't. We weren't doing Black Santa.
We had an uncle with a Santa hat, maybe.
Right. Maybe outside on the front porch, and it was looking a little janky, but I love the way that the museum does it. It just makes it feel like home. You know, makes it feel like family. So. And it's so cute seeing all the little babies and their grandparents and their cousins and everybody.
No, that's awesome. So that was December 2024. And then let's see. Our history goes back with the like I said, we did that for several years. The Unity Benefit Gala is always one of our favorites, and so that was a little bit. It is coming up. So you missed the last one, right? So that was right before.
I actually got to be in the audience.
Oh,
so
sweet.
I may have not been working at NAAM yet.
That's actually the better way to do it.
Honestly,
where you get to eat the food, you get to hear the people dropping gems.
Not do any of the work, you know. But it was such a beautiful event. Such a great event.
Yeah, no, it's always one that we look forward to. So I'm assuming we got the date for this year?
We do have the date for it. I might tell you about that a little later.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so you're in the audience. We got Black Santa. third day on the job or whatnot.
Right.
So you got your key card, your email working. What's the next? What was that next event that you had?
The next thing we had was King Day. So that was my first real large event.
That was your baby.
That was my baby, my
There we
first
go.
baby. And King Day is one of our largest days in the museum. And
absolutely.
This year it felt even more special because of everything happening in the world. It
Absolutely.
fell on Inauguration Day.
What are the chances of that, right?
What are the chances of that, right? And so what an opportunity for the community to come to a space where they felt seen, heard, valued, recognized, and where we could contemplate the question. This year's theme really spurred from MLK's last book, Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community?
Yeah.
And so our whole entire vibe behind King Day this year was let's bring the community together. We had a community expo. We had community conversations that you all helped us record and turn into great stuff. So it really was a day for us to think about how do we as a community come together and where do we want to go from here? We get to create the community, the culture that we want, and just kind of reclaiming the power that we may have felt was lost in this past election.
Yeah, no, that was, I remember getting it might have been a call or email when you guys were kind of just checking on, availability and here's what we're kind of thinking. And I thought that was super dope. Just the fact that there was just this theme of together, right?
Yeah.
That was amazing because it's like, that's definitely what we were lacking in terms of just the chaos that was just kind of around, right? And it's just like, all right, we got enough stuff to deal with. Now we got to deal with this knucklehead and things that are happening. But I love just the intentionality of bringing folks together. So when you guys were like, yo, we're gonna do this. This kind of community forum or expo, right?
Yeah.
And having, what did you guys end up having?
We had over 20 community organizations.
Yeah, it was a lot of people. Some, staples that I know and love from seeing in and around community, some new faces, which was awesome as well, where it's cause sometimes we get too caught up with the same old. So this was kind of cool where it was, again, the staples, but then also inviting other folks that are playing different parts of the community. I got, literally like from Ed King over at Pottery Northwest, they're over there putting together stuff, had their spitter, and then and then just other folks, and then this idea of the community conversations came up, and you guys, what do you think about this? I'm like, yes, I can I can set up more cameras, we could do this and that, and but it ended up coming together where it's like, hey, the purpose that I heard from you guys was we want to connect on a deeper level with people and really talk about what we can do in community, what they are doing. Like you guys basically gave a platform to let people know that folks are providing services, or there's ways that you guys can connect, and then how NAAM is interweaved with them as well, which was dope to see, because too many times I feel like we have very similar goals, but then we're like in these silos on how to get there, where it's like, man, how I envision it's like it's more of a weave. Like how can we weave it together?
Yeah, everyone's doing such great work, right? And it's so easy to think that you have to reinvent the wheel, but our hope behind King Day was kind of that answers that question. Where do we go from here? Our response, our theme, forward together, right? So bringing community organizations, like you said, from across every different gamut of the community. We're talking all things community health. So literally health and wellness. We had King County Public Health there. We had Hamlin Robinson, which supports students with dyslexia and other learning challenges, all the way to like elections folks, making sure folks were registered to vote, like really talking about community health. And with the community conversations, it was an opportunity to hear a little bit more deeply from some of the leaders of these organizations about the work that they're doing, why it's so important, why it's so pertinent now, how we can actually support the organizations and the work that's already being done, so that we don't have to just keep reinventing the wheel and be working in silos all the time.
And I loved it, and it came together. That was awesome to see it come to fruition, right? Where it's like we have these ideas, we have these meetings, these Zoom calls, these emails, and then here we are. It's happening. The people showed up. Everyone came, early tabling, and it was a lot of just helping folks out and making it happen. And honestly, like I had a lot of just dope conversations around food on a break with other people that was also breaking and just talking about how awesome it was to be in space and doing different things. One of them was actually a bird bar place. We ended up, we work with them, but we were able to like literally have some table time and like, how can we work more together and do, some more things. And so now we're doing more things with them, helping them document, helping them tell their story, amplify their voices and stuff. And that was because we just had time together. You know, so many times it's like we're so busy, just focused and don't have time to catch up. Like, oh, I've been meaning to see you, but I haven't seen you since last year's gala and all those kinds of things. But having time to just be together, be in space, you know what I mean? And not be stressed out. It's like, man, that food was good. Which food truck did you go to? And like, oh man, can I have a bite of that? And you know, those kinds of things. And then just natural conversations just can come just from being in community. So you guys created that platform and created that space, and that was dope.
That's what I love about NAAM. Like, we are a community connector at heart. A hub, right? I was there at King Day, and it still felt like, I mean, it was still new. I was like maybe week 6 or something, which was crazy. But I remember, like, I saw people from like every single part of my life that I knew. I saw folks from church. I saw folks, my friends came down from Tacoma, right? I saw folks that I played basketball with when I was in like 6th and 7th grade. Like, it was just so cool to see folks coming together all around, sort of just, I don't know, community, joy, like feeling connected. And I'm really grateful that we had that opportunity to kind of bring it all together. There were so many different things happening that day, it felt like, but it turned out to be a really, really incredible day, just full of celebration and an opportunity to kind of forget what some of the other hard stuff was that was happening that day.
No, absolutely. It's just one of those things where it's like, you know, there's still room for joy.
Yes.
No matter what you're going through. And it's just a matter of making, you know, that's, you know, only having a Sunday and you're able to have that day off from work and just be with family over that family meal or whatever, right? So there's always, sometimes smaller, not as much as time as we'd like, but there's always room for joy if you make it. And just be intentional about it, right? Like, I choose joy. You know, that's what that day kind of felt like. And I feel like we've also kind of taken that energy and pushing it forward. Like, you had that theme for King Day is like together forward, right? So as we look forward, we've had some cool planning meetings that you guys brought me into not too long ago, and talk a little bit about what's that like with your guys' team as you guys think about, you know, what to do. Like, I love how you said we don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? So there's other organizations figuring out how can they have impact in their communities and different things. Kind of talk a little bit about your guys' process in terms of, you know, what does that forward together kind of look like?
Yeah, I mean, you heard me talk about, I think NAAM is a hub, and I truly mean that. Like, we are committed to doing things in community and in ways that don't reinvent the wheel. So we're always trying to partner. We're always trying to connect with a community partner. If that's if that's the school district, right? If that's King County, one of the departments in King County. If that is another one of the arts organizations that are happening. If that's just other artists and creatives who are in the community. We know that we can't be all things to everyone, but we know that there are folks who are doing a little bit of everything. So, you know, when we're thinking about how we do programs, we're always thinking about, well, who is the community connection that can support and amplify and make even better anything that we're doing, and how can we at NAAM add value to our community partners? You know, we're super lucky. NAAM has been here for over 17 years at this point, and so folks recognize that name. And how can we utilize the space that we have? How can we utilize the name that we have to really amplify some of the smaller organizations that are out there that are committed to uplifting the Black community and just bringing joy and you know, healing back to the community. So when we're thinking about programs, we're always thinking about, is there a community partner already doing something like this, and can we just tap in? Can we amplify the stuff that they're already doing, or can we work together to create a beautiful new vision of something fresh and new? Which is, I feel like, what happens a lot of the time when we're in meetings together, right? We come with some ideas about, hey, this is what we're thinking about, to either, you know, how can we use media to really amplify what's already happening, and y'all come in with a whole bunch of creativity and other ways to amplify the vision that we might have, right? We aren't in this space. I don't know about video, I don't know about tech and all that, but y'all come with that expertise to really help amplify and elevate all the stuff that we're doing.
I appreciate that. that's literally like what I try to do in terms of I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, right? No one could tell the story better than the person, right? So for orgs, like I can't tell your story better than you could tell it yourself, but my job is to give you the tools to help you tell your story. Because a lot of times it sits in here, right? It's tacit knowledge, it's lived experience, it's things of those natures. Whether I'm doing some kind of impact story or just helping with ideas on community development and community engagement, like it's there. It's you guys have it. So it's like, okay, you have your story. Now it's who do you want to tell it to? Right. And then for me, that's where the wheels start to spin when you kind of identify your audience. Like, am I talking to funders? Am I talking to community? Am I talking to potential volunteer groups? And it might just be a different way of telling your story depending on the audience or how do we reach them, right? If we're scaling, for older audience, we might want to find them on Facebook, and we're going down a little bit, it might be IG, TikTok, etc. But at the core of it, it's the storytelling, right? And if you tell a story well, it's going to hit the ears. It's going to tickle the ears. It's going to grab the attention. And that's the beauty of like a lot of the algorithms now. It's like, it's literally the quality of the content. It's not how many followers you bought or have or whatever. Like if the story's good, if the content's good, it's going to find the people. So when people come with me ideas, it's like, all right, no, that's dope. Let's see how we can suss that out. Or I always lead with just curiosity. Like, have you thought about doing it this way? Or what do you guys think about this? And, what I always tell you, I always relate everything to food because I love food, but it's like I cook the best with the most ingredients that I have available, right? So if I can take an idea from here or there or whatever, I can just throw that in the pot and let's get to cooking. And I often get to my best ideas through collaborative conversations and collaborative efforts, within my own team or when it's, with another partner. I always just kind of put that onto folks where it's like, man, just have conversations. Like you don't understand, like you might have a new admin person that you never even talked to, but they might have a great idea. Like throw it out there, get different perspective on how things can hit. One thing is some folks get so involved.
Stuck in their role.
Right. Yeah. And I like my thing I had to let go early is like ego. Like, like when people are like, what do you think about this? Like, it doesn't matter what I think or feel. Like if I'm doing a personal project, I can have that control. But whenever it's a collaborative project, I have to take ego out. And I encourage other folks to do the same because it's not about what you want. It's like, what's the best for the mission or the thing? And then what's the best for the recipient? What's going to be the user experience, right, of the event or of this piece of media or information you're trying to get to them. So it's not about you. It's about them or it's about us. Or we, and I have been way less stressed when I let go of that, and then it's just a matter of like, can I get to something that you want or need, or if I really do feel like you're going down the wrong path, is like not providing excuses, but provide information or provide alternate solutions, right? So it's like a matter of like, hey, I know you really like this, but if you want to reach these people, you got to hit them with this, right? Or, like, hey, the newsletter is dope, but if you guys have some food available and some music, you're really going to resonate a little bit deeper with those people that you're trying to really hit with. Because I know, like, if I'm going somewhere and it's just a little pamphlet, I might not be feeling that, but if you got some little trinkets, little something, I might be able to nibble. I'm listening. You got my ear. Let's talk. Or you just got some music, just kind of sets the mood a little bit more. And again, it all just depends on who you're trying to talk to, the audience, what information you're trying to convey. But that I think that's the kind of a way to lead it. Is like take out ego, put yourself in their shoes, like kind of have more of a less ego, more empathy, right? Yeah. So it's like, all right, let me put myself in their shoe. If they need a resource, I'm right. Sometimes, man, like you need this. I'm trying to give it to you, but you're not receiving it. Like rewind a little bit. Like, do you got to save your complex? Like,
right. Do I? Yeah. How do I know what someone really needs?
Right. Maybe you ask them, hey, what do you need? And maybe they need some of it, but maybe they need something else as well. Mm-hmm. Like you're just trying to give them some cheese. Like, no, I need the whole sandwich, man. I need that bread too. Yes. Let's go.
Well, I know. So at the museum, right, our mission is to utilize Black heritage to cultivate hope and healing for all.
Come on, mission.
Come on, mission. And I'm like, how can we say that we're here cultivating hope and healing if the process through which we're building all of our programs, all of our educational work, all of our engagement work doesn't center those things in the process. Like collaboration is all about healing. It's all about sharing the wealth. It's all about, giving autonomy where it's deserved.
Right.
Like we don't have to, as NAAM, we don't got to hold it all by ourselves. Like that's how we get to a place where our community feels healed, our community feels hopeful. It's not just by trying to do it all ourselves and thinking that we know everything. And child, nah.
No, I love that. Like, one segue was like all your guys' art activations and how you guys involve community artists. One of my first experiences was working with you guys last year, where you had a couple artists that had some, I'm not sure if you guys call them residencies or whatnot, but they were doing the workshops. We got to interview them and see like their process, and then they presented and had artwork at the galas, and just that idea of involving, one, you're supporting community artists, which is dope because art should be and needs to be promoted and taken care of, but then how you were able to connect them with community. Can you guys talk a little about those activations?
Yeah. I'm actually super excited. So you spoke about how some of those artists last year actually had to work at the gala. Well, one of those artists, Myron Curry, is actually presently has his own exhibition at NAAM. Now it's only open for a few more days, so if you haven't already seen it, by the time this probably goes live, I'm so sorry, you probably missed it. But I'm just so excited, so grateful that we have the opportunity to have those two artists in there, both who are incredibly local. So we've got Myron Curry. He's an impact artist. If you've driven up 23rd and Union, you've seen his murals there along the walls. Like he's absolutely an incredible artist who actually, coincidentally, his exhibit launched on King Day. Again, right, our whole theme was kind of the answer to King's question, where do we go from here? His exhibit was called Where Do We Go From Here? Which was just super cool. So it's kind of his interpretation on what's needed to come together as a community. So when you look in his exhibit, you'll see portraitures of community activists, local and national. I would say international if you think of folks like King, right? There's got artists in there. He's got musicians who are up there. So just a really cool way of being able to be like, wow, there's so many aspects that go into Black culture. And if we just keep pressing into the art, if we just keep pressing into culture, if we just keep pressing into the community leaders who are here, like we're going to get to a really good place. And then we also have Asha Helmstedter's Recognition, Love, and Healing right now. And again, sorry, y'all. You probably missed it by the time this goes live, but that's also really incredible, right? She's a multiracial artist. Just the thing that I love about her work, it's super abstract. And as someone who is multiracial, it's really cool being able to walk in there and just be like, wow, sometimes as a multiracial person, I feel a little abstract. I feel like kind of where do I fit? And when I walk into that exhibit, I feel like, oh no, this is a representation of all the different things that I am. So I feel super blessed. Like we're really committed to highlighting local artists, super committed to highlighting local artists. In fact, our upcoming program, Juneteenth, will be featuring local artists as well. So I'm super stoked that that's one of the ways that we're able to tap back into community. And shout out to Art Noir too, who was helping us find artists. They have a really awesome listserv of a bunch of Black artists, and so they again, right, talking about community and collaboration, were willing to use their listserv to share that we have this opportunity for folks to market their artwork during our upcoming program, Juneteenth. So super committed to local art, supporting local creatives and doing it in a collaborative way.
No, that's super dope. And I'm hearing Juneteenth.
Yeah.
That's one of our favorite days of the year for sure. One is just busy. One good busy, but also it's like literally like it's just joy. It's Black joy.
Period.
Unapologetically.
Period.
And I love it.
Period.
I don't love that there's so many things all the time. It's hard to make them to all of them.
There's so many things happening that day.
But it's just something that should be celebrated, and you guys do a great job of doing that. So like, I think I don't even know how many. We've done a lot with NAAM, and it's been a joy let's talk a little bit about what people can expect, dates, times, locations, what's going on with Juneteenth.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I am so excited. I can't hold it in. I can't contain it. So yeah, we're hosting, as we do every year, a Juneteenth celebration. This year's theme is a movement for joy.
There we go.
So speaking to kind of just the way that this year has gone, right? This notion of kind of forward together, staying in that mindset. This year's Juneteenth is all about our best resistance being our joy. I feel like all of the things that have been going on this year, whether it's the attack on arts and cultural organizations, the attack on resources that support communities of color and other marginalized groups, part of that is to sort of, I don't know, just take away the joy from us, right? To kind of make us feel kind of beaten down and like we don't have power, we don't have agency. And so Juneteenth this year is all about, like we're gonna live fully in our Blackness, be vibrant, and just have fun, because we deserve that and we're allowed to, in spite of all the things that are happening. So we'll bring back our Skate to Freedom party.
That's a favorite for sure. Right,
definitely a favorite over at Judkins Park.
All smiles and wheels.
All
I
smiles.
love it.
We'll have some movement activities early in the morning.
So real quick on the roller skates for folks that don't know. So you can bring your own blades. But there's some there, right?
Some blades.
Hello. So if you don't just walk around in your trunk with your roll bounce, you can just show up. And they got something for you.
We got you.
That's dope.
I'm so excited. So we've got that going on. Also in the park, we'll have some sports activation. So I won't go into too many details, but
just show up.
Just show up. For sure, show up. And we'll also have some movement activities. So if you're someone who likes to work out early in the morning or try to get a little fit, there's going to be an opportunity for you there too. So that's kind of what's happening over at Judkins Park. Oh my gosh, how can I forget the community expo piece that's going on at Judkins? Yeah, we've got 16 organizations who are going to be with us that day, talking about the really great work that they're doing. So definitely come and show up to support all of the different community orgs that are going to be there. And then if you actually go to the physical museum right across the street, we're going to have a Black art market. So we're doing round 2 of the Black art takeover in February. We did our very first Black art takeover. It was an artist market where we highlighted 7 different local artists, and we'll do the exact same thing. So we're highlighting 7 different community artists and creatives. We're also going to have some more community conversations, which I'm excited about. So you'll be a part of that. And then we'll have an arts and craft room. We know that one of the ways that we can decompress and experience joy is by being creative ourselves. So we're excited to be able to provide that opportunity, in particular for youth, to get a little creative and have some fun.
Excellent. And let's get some details on it. So all ages?
All ages.
Free?
Free.
And when does it start? And when do they got to get out of? They ain't got to go home.
They just
got to get out of there.
But you can't stay here. So Juneteenth starts at 10 and ends at 5. So if you pop by the museum at 10, there's going to be stuff going on. If you pop by Judkins at 10, there's going to be stuff going on all the way until 5 o'clock at night. So we are super, super, super excited. It's going to be such a fun. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
it's going to be
absolutely.
so much fun.
And also, it's not like you're missing something if you come at 2.
No.
So we expect waves. Folks, some folks, might have just moved up here, or they, haven't done the Seattle Juneteenth kind of experience. But the way that I've seen Seattle kind of enjoy it is folks might bounce around a little bit because there's other things going on, or just the way that your day works out, right? It's like, I gotta take the kids here first, or whatever, but you're not missing nothing. They kind of handle and expect waves. So it's like, if you get there early, we got you. You show up in the afternoon, we got you. Show up there late afternoon, got you too. Like you're not missing anything. So show up as you are, come as you are, come when you can. And just interface, shake a hand, kiss a baby, meet a friend.
All that. I should say, because I think this is so important to us as a Black community, there will be food.
Hello.
There will be food. We'll have food trucks and different snack vendors there too. So it's definitely going to be a good time. If you show up at 10, if you show up at 2, if you show up at 5. Well, if you show up at 5. I'm sorry.
Might be able to get a to-go plate.
Right, maybe like 4:30. Maybe like 4:30. But it's gonna be a great time, and it's really all about centering joy.
Excellent.
All about joy.
And then, so obviously we want community to show up and enjoy.
Yeah.
For folks that may want to get involved, is there volunteer opportunities? Is there sponsorship opportunities? How can people connect?
110%. Yes. There are volunteer opportunities, even for youth. Like if you're 15 years old and you're thinking about, hey, like let me get some volunteer hours for school.
Right. Because you need it to graduate.
You need it to graduate, right? This is a fantastic opportunity to be able to volunteer and give back to the Black community. So yes.
And get some food.
And get some food. And get some food. So if you are interested in volunteering or in sponsoring Juneteenth, right? There's a lot going on that day and we cannot do it without our partner support. So if that is your team and your organization wants to pull up and volunteer, or your team and your organization wants to come and sponsor, definitely hit us up at info@naamandw.org to get more information about those opportunities.
Excellent. No, that's wonderful to hear. So we're basically pretty much all in like Juneteenth prep mode right now, right?
Fully Juneteenth prep mode. I'm like, my brain is thinking about nothing else except Juneteenth.
Love it. So yeah, no, that's exciting stuff. We're looking forward to supporting that. It's going to be a great day. So I mean, at this point, we're looking for folks to just tell a friend, show up, connect how you can.
Share the stuff that's going around on our LinkedIn, our Instagram, our Facebook page. Yeah, invite your friends, y'all. Like I cannot tell you enough how much fun this day is going to be. And honestly, I feel like as the Black community, like our hearts just need it. Our hearts just need a day to be with each other, celebrating ourselves. Like we are so deserving of that celebration, and I don't think we pause long enough to give that to ourselves. A lot of the time, we're always hustling. We're always trying to find, the next opportunity. And this is a day for us just to really breathe and relax and have fun, be in community, experience some joy, and maybe get a little exercise while you do it.
Right. No, I know that's right. We're excited about it from the Elite Collective side. So that day we're looking to throw a drone up to kind of capture it as it's happening, because it's just going to be
everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's going to be doing some things. We're going to have our photographers out there capturing joy in motion, right?
Yep.
We're going to have our videographers out there to create that one of our favorites, recap videos that just kind of capture all of that time and joy, right? And put it in.
I'm like, if
90
folks
seconds
wait
or less.
to see the recap video, they're just going to be jealous that they weren't.
Oh yeah, no. So, we're like, it's a supreme FOMO creator for sure. So you want to be in the video, not just watching the video. And then we're gonna be doing a community conversation. Yeah. So for folks that don't know, I mean, we're setting up, something that you may have seen us set up for like live streams or galas or whatnot. But we're essentially bringing a studio into the museum, and we're having folks, talking about some in our new renovated sound system that you guys have. So if you haven't seen it yet, you'll be able to see it that day. We're gonna be bringing in some camera and video support, and just having some of those conversations, and that's gonna be dope as a way to kind of capture that. And then of course our photo booth. You gotta have a photo booth. Or else it just didn't happen. We're super excited to play our part and be a part of capturing that joy. I mean, one of those things is just the documentation. I just recently saw something. It was like 1970s in Harlem, and folks just like young people just being captured in their brilliance. And I forget the photographer's name. I'll try to put in the description if I can find it, but his whole thing was going around capturing them in their joy. Like and then figure out like, let me get an address so I can mail this to you. I don't want nothing from you, but I just want to let you know you're brilliant, you're amazing, you're beautiful. I just want to capture this. But then here we are, fast forward, and you got all these pictures of all that Black joy. I mean, like they're all dressed, looking good, and it's like, man, if we don't document it, what do we have, right? It's just one of those things where I always like to be part of that storytelling effort. Yes. So come be a part of the story, so we can continue that on. So that's gonna be dope. You don't want to be that FOMO, but we will recap it so you can see it, and you might be sick or something, so we can still show it to you after the fact, but. After that, obviously a lot of energy going into Juneteenth. We can't really think about beyond that, but pretty much after that, we're looking fast forward to October. It's going to be the gala, right?
Right. I'm super excited for our gala this year. Earlier you heard me mention like there has been a de-investment in arts and culture organizations at the national level. And so it is even more important now than ever before for us to invest in arts and culture organizations. Like these are, organizations like NAMs, museums. Like we are the spaces that hold culture, that hold our heritage. And so we're super excited to be able to recap all of the great stuff that has happened this year, all of the ways that we've supported community, all the ways that support community has supported us, right? And be able to say like, hey, if you want to get in on this, like this is your time, and it could not be more crucial. So yeah, our upcoming Unity benefit will be on October 10th. So definitely
save the date.
Save the date. Keep checking our Instagram.
Get that fit ready.
Online. Yep. Get ready. Come dapper. Because it's gonna be a really powerful evening. Great stories. Some cool art probably again. And just an opportunity to really invest in spaces that are important to us as a community.
No, yeah, we're looking forward to that. We'll follow up. There'll be space and time to talk more about that. But I just want to make sure folks is getting that on their calendars and whatnot. It's definitely an event you don't want to miss. We always love being a part of it for sure. So yeah, I mean, I guess what's the last thing that we can end on, just again how people can get connected with you, if it could be event specific or just get involved if you're an artist throughout the year or if you're a volunteer or any of those things of ways that people can connect with NAAM.
Yep, I would say definitely keep checking our website. All of the information about Juneteenth is already up on the website, so you can go to naamnw.org, find out all the different programs and opportunities to get involved via that website, or head to our Instagram page. We are very active on Instagram, so all the info for how to get involved at NAAM is also at our Instagram page, which is at naamnw.org, just at naamnw.
Excellent. Yeah, I would say that there's something for everyone. Like even if you're just a weekend warrior, like I want to help out for this one event, or if I want to do it, like when I go in, I'm seeing like you guys have volunteers that come throughout the week. Like, hey, I'm here once a week just to kind of help out and do your part. Retirees, or if it's just in your schedule, it's just a way to kind of get connected, stay connected. If you're new to the area, it can be a hub. I think actually one of your isn't that how she got connected?
She
just like moved up here and was like
what is NAAM, and now she's our operations manager. So shout out to Camille for keeping the museum together. Okay.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it was like one of those things where I'm new to the area and I literally just Googled black things in Seattle, and it was like, okay, a black museum sounds about right, and ended up working there. But I think she was just looking for connection to community.
100%.
And that's a dope thing about having the hub. So yeah, if you haven't been ever, then absolutely go. If you haven't been in a while, come on down, and at the very least, mark Juneteenth on your calendar. Find out more information on their website and socials, and just tap in, stay connected, and just show up and play your part. And at the very least, just come bring your joy.
Come bring your joy.
That's Bring your joy. Sharing the joy, bring your joy.
Yep.
Get some joy.
Right. Be a part of the movement for joy. Okay?
Come on. But yeah, no, thank you for coming down, and hopefully we can do more of this.
Absolutely. Thanks, Carlos.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, another episode of Elite Insights with your guy, Carlos Imani. Thanks a lot, and hopefully you got some insights out of this episode. See you next time.